Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Mindful Moments. My name is Dr. Brooks, and I'm a mental health consultant, and I've collaborated with Cincinnati Recreation Commission and the Health Gap to bring you some of my favorite self-care practices. Today, we'll discuss different things related to mindfulness, well-being, reducing stress, and anxiety. I hope that you enjoy these sessions. Welcome back to Mindful Moments. Now, this is the last session in our series, and it's called the Care Package. And within this session, we'll talk about the different strategies, tools, resources, things that you can do to protect your overall mental and emotional well-being, okay? So I'm gonna ask that you get something to write with. If it's a journal, if it's your phone, I have my phone here with me because I'll be referring to the notes. So grab your phone, grab your laptop or a journal to take some notes. First, I wanna ask you a question. How are you taking care of yourself? And I know throughout our first and second sessions, we talked about deep breathing, guided meditations, and visualizations, and that helps you to stay in the present moment. But now we're gonna talk about an actual strategy and plan that we can put in place to make sure that we are doing these things that we're talking about. So first and foremost is the most important things. Are you eating? Are you sleeping? And are you moving? Because guess what? If our bodies are tired and restless, that's just a breeding ground for stress and anxiety. If we're not getting the nutrition that we need, that causes stress and anxiety as well. And also, if we're not moving our body to burn off again some of that cortisol or to just give our bodies the energy that it needs for a healthy immune system, that's also not a good idea. So we're gonna talk about eating healthy, making sure that we're moving and getting enough sleep. So when we talk about eating healthy, and I'm sure that these are things that we've all heard of, but let's put it in a schedule. So eating, making sure when we wake up in the morning, we're eating breakfast, something green, maybe some fruits and vegetables, a smoothie, a lot of water. Stay away from the caffeine. Try to limit your caffeine intake or a lot of sugary drinks, okay? But making sure that you do a lot of water. Some fresh orange juice, apple juice, it's good. Toast, I'm not a dietitian, so I will, recommend that you do your own research there, but just making sure that you eat a balanced breakfast. Let's look at lunch. Are you eating a lunch? Lunch meats, try to stay away from the processed meats because again, those do carry a lot of the chemicals in and of itself. And I know that everyone may not be able to go out to these fresh markets, of course, in these times, to get everything that we need. But if there is something in your fridge, go for it. Because again, we're gonna have to look at food as medicine. So I want you to think of food as being medicine. So making sure that we eat lunch. And dinner, don't skip any of your meals. I will encourage you not to skip any of your meals, making sure that, again, you have just balanced diets. So we're eating, again, something green, something leafy, making sure we throw some vegetables, fruits in there, a lot of water, okay? Next, sleep. Are we sleeping? And I know that during this pandemic, it's really been challenging for us to kind of keep our structure in sleeping, but please make sure that you're at least getting your 8 hours or more sleep because it helps to re-energize and heal our bodies. It's very, very important that we're not staying up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and then waking back up at 9, 10, and we just feel sluggish and restless. Even though many of us are staying safe, we're staying home, it's still important to keep your body on some type of regimen and schedule. Lastly, movement. Are we moving our bodies? And again, I know that we've been staying home, but we can incorporate some type of movement throughout the day. If you live in an apartment, maybe taking the steps. If you're in a home that has steps, taking those steps, or if you're in something just flat, doing rounds around the house, going outside if it's safe enough for you to go outside. If you live in a place where there's green fields or, there's just enough distance where you can take a walk. Every day, I incorporate that into my daily habits because it is so important. I feel the difference if I do not get outside and get at least 15 to 20 minutes of walking. For me, I walk and sometimes jog. So find whatever is best for you and your comfort level and whatever's health and safe for you to do, but make sure that you're moving your body. It is so important that during this stay home time that we're not just sitting and being stagnant because again, our bodies need movement. Our bodies need oxygen. Our body needs they need the healthy foods and waters in order for it to stay healthy. So that's really, 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 really important. Next, I'm going to ask that you create a schedule, a daily schedule. And for those of us that are still working from home, if you still have a 8 to 5 schedule, maybe making sure that during the 7 or 6 o'clock, if you wake up that early, to get some of these things in with the movement, and to make sure that you're making time to break for lunch. Because I know that it's hard sometimes when we're working from home and it's like, I got to do everything all within this time frame, but making sure that you create breaks in there for yourself, because it's really, really important. And to make sure that you have a stop time so that you can stop and get the rest that you need. So creating a daily schedule. For me, when I wake up first thing in the morning, just to keep some type of normalcy in my life, I make my bed. No matter what I'm doing, I get up and I make my bed. And that just helps me to kind of start my day and to create some type of anchor in my day to like, okay, I made my bed, now I can take a shower, now I can eat breakfast. And I have those things scheduled. I have my walks scheduled in. I have times when I need to connect with family and friends scheduled in. And so just creating a schedule can make you feel like you have some type of control over your life, especially during these times when things just feel so out of control, okay? So it's gonna be very important, create a schedule. And within that schedule, and this is going to be something interesting, I don't want us to feel as if we can't process what's going on right now. And I've been encouraging people to dedicate some time in your schedule to reserve for feeling, okay? And this is when you can pull out the journal, the phone, the tablet, write down how you're feeling. Like, check in with yourself. What's my mood today? Am I happy, hopeful, joyous, sad? Depressed, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm confused. It's so important to be able to name those things and put them down somewhere where you can see them. Because guess what? If you designate a time, and I would recommend a scheduled time to process that stuff, to feel all of that stuff, and then dedicate the rest of your time to living in whatever type of truths or values that you have that's going to keep you healthy. Because as we talked about in the previous sessions, when we're under a lot of stress, our body's under a lot of stress, meaning that is that chemical, that hormone that's being constantly released, and that's the cortisol. But when we can give our bodies time to heal itself or to just rest and recuperate, the rest of that time is spent healing our bodies. So when we exercise or when we sleep or when we eat or when we're laughing or connecting, that's releasing the chemicals and hormones that help to replenish and heal our bodies. I don't want to bore you with all those technical names, but just know they're the good things and then there's the bad things. You know, a little bit of cortisol is healthy for us because it's in our bodies and it helps us just to get things done. But when it's chronic and it's just constant, it's not healthy. And that's where a lot of these sicknesses, illnesses, and diseases are just rooted in, right? It causes a lot of inflammation to our internal organs. So when we take time to create a schedule, to make sure that we're eating, we're sleeping, we're moving, to make sure that we're connecting with people, to make sure that we're connecting with ourselves, we're checking in, we're designating some time to say, hey, I'm gonna honor what I'm feeling, right? But not let that overtake us, okay? So lastly, I want us to be able to identify things that may be outside of our control, but what are some of the things that we can control as well, right? And some of the things that we just talked about today with your breath, right? Breathing or getting out, exercising or connecting with others. You know, I would encourage you to take life a day at a time. Keep it within those 24 hours. And I know sometimes it's very challenging to do that, but how do we keep it within our 24 hours? What do I have control over today in these 24 hours? The things I don't have control over, I might write them down and talk about them and process them. But after that, what am I grateful and thankful for? Like, what are some of the necessities that I currently have? It may be shelter, it may be food, and it may be health. Sometimes we have to get that simple. For me, I've been checking in with myself, and I say to myself, I'm so grateful and thankful today that I have shelter, I have food, and I have health. And I understand that everybody may not be able to say that those are the things that they're grateful and thankful for, but what is it? Is there anything in your life? Some of us may have some, economic issues, and some of those things may be challenging right now, but do you have your eyesight? Do you have your ability to hear? Do you have use of your limbs? Do you have family members who are healthy and who are safe? Find something in your life that you can ground yourself in with gratitude. Because guess what? When we start to activate gratitude in our lives, that also releases those good chemicals and hormones in our bodies to help us to heal. So I'm not saying this just to say, hey, be positive, think positive, be grateful. The food, the rest, the connection, the gratefulness or gratitude, this is medicine. Right? This is going to be medicine for us. So I would strongly encourage you to every day take out your care package, and this is what we're calling it, our self-care package, to just look at these things, okay? To keep yourself a schedule, to, the things that we just discussed. When life starts to get really hard or you have your highs and your lows, refer to your care package, okay? Well, I am so grateful and thankful to have shared this space with you all. I just want you all to celebrate how far you've come, your resilience, your sense of perseverance. I know these times have been very trying for all of us, and I am in that space with you just as a human being. And I would say encourage yourself daily, be grateful and thankful for you getting up every morning and putting one foot in front of the other, and celebrate that. So again, thank you so much for allowing me to share this space with you. If you want to learn more about the Cincinnati Recreation Commission or the Health Gap or myself, Dr. Brooks, please see the links that are displayed below. And I hope to connect with you all. Take care.